Captain Eamonn Cooke, died 4 June 2016. Was a former owner of pirate radio station Radio Dublin, a convicted paedophile, and a suspect in the disappearance of Philip Cairns. Pirate Radio. As owner of Radio Dublin, he went by the name of Captain Cooke. Having first got involved with Radio Dublin in 1973 as an engineer, he assumed ownership of the station in 1977, which had been operating for over a decade prior under various other owners, and established the operation as a limited company. Based in Cardiff, he continued to operate the station until some months before its closure in 2003. Despite numerous, but highly intermittent, raids by the authorities on the station in which large amounts of equipment were seized, he was only successfully prosecuted for broadcasting offences on one occasion, for which he received an £35 fine. Trials. 1952. An unnamed teenager, probably Cooke, was sentenced to 12 months probation after a bomb attack on a monument in Glasnevin Cemetery in Dublin. 1957. Cooke is sentenced to 5 years penal servitude after he pleaded guilty to shooting at 4 Gardaí during an attempted robbery at a petrol station near Bray. 1978. In March, Cooke is convicted in the District Court of a breach of the 1926 Wireless Telegraphy Act, following raids on the station January and February of the same year. 1986. Cooke, along with 4 accomplices, is convicted of assault and arson in relation to a 1984 firebombing incident and received a 4-year suspended sentence. 2003. His first trial in relation to sex offences was in 2003, where he was convicted of the attempted rape and indecent assault of 4 girls. This conviction was quashed due to a technicality and he was released in 2006. 2007. He was put on trial again in 2007, where 2 complainants from the previous trial were witnesses. He had threatened and bribed his victims, who nicknamed him the Cookie Monster. Cooke pleaded not guilty to all 42 charges, which covered dates from the mid to late 1970s. Garda Inspector Gerard Kelly testified that Cooke had 8 previous convictions, including one for an arson attack on the home of one of the complainants from the 2003 trial. He was found guilty and sentenced to 10 years imprisonment, with prison authorities to take into account 1,300 days he had served due to a previous conviction. In 2015 he applied for an appeal for his conviction on a point of law, but it was denied. Death. He died in June 2016. He was granted temporary release from Arbor Hill Prison and had stayed in a hospice due to deteriorating health. Alleged connection to Philip Cairns' disappearance. In May 2016, a woman contacted Gardaí about the disappearance of Philip Cairns, which they believed to be credible. According to her, Cooke may have killed Philip Cairns at the studios of his pirate radio station in October 1986. Cooke was questioned by Gardaí and it was reported that he had confirmed some of the claims, but did not disclose the location of Philip's remains. It later emerged that at the time of questioning, Cooke had dementia. In August 2016 it was announced that DNA samples taken from Philip's school bag did not match Cooke, but he had not been ruled out as a suspect. Gardaí also sought to identify 2 people who may have left Philip's school bag in the laneway. 1978 McGill article.